Hello, good afternoon. My name is Niels Brouwers. I am the Packaging Development Manager of AB InBev. I'm 5 years in the company, also 5 years part of the R&D department. And I remember 5 years ago, I was doing research in California on biopolymers. I was doing already a big impact for the climate, but on a very small scale. And I was very fortunate that 3 years later, I was leading the plastic-free project in the UK, where we eliminated 119 million rings out of our full can portfolio. 850 tons of plastic was also eliminated. And I think that's also a big reason why ABMF is such an important player in climate change. A bit about ABMF as well. So we have around 500 different brands. The most iconic ones are Corona, Stella Artois, and Budweiser. But also we have 170,000 employees, around 125 different nationalities. So a very big team. We operate in 50 different countries, and we also have 200 breweries. Also today at the barbecue there will be Cherniговsky, the most loved Ukrainian beer, and also good to know that all profits will go as well to the conflict in the east. So definitely have a taste tonight. I think as well what's important is we try to offer all our beers totally emission-free by 2040, which is a big step towards climate change as well. And we also therefore have some real strong strategies in place in Zone Europe, in the continent of Europe. So we have, for instance, really focusing on switching fuel sources in Europe, but also on increasing our efficiency of energy. Also, some very good examples are that already in 6 years' time, so 2028, the 5 main brewers in Europe, they will already be fully net zero operations. So that will be the breweries in the UK, which are Meager and Salisbury, but also in the mainland it will be Leuven, Jupy, and Bremen. And I think as well to really achieve that goal of 2040 net zero and emission free, therefore we have some very strong sustainability goals in place. We focus a lot on water stewardship, but we also support our farmers with smart agriculture. We also focus a lot on climate change, and there we have also now one of the biggest solar farmers in Europe that will launch as of this summer to also then provide the full network with green electricity. But I think the fourth one, and which is also very close to my department, is circular packaging. And there the goal is really to have 100% of our product packaged in returnable packaging or majority recycled content. And I think some of you might not know it, but majority of the CO2 emissions currently at ABMF is around 50% coming from our packaging. So really important that we focus on our packaging. And I think as well, therefore, we have some clear strategies in place. We focus a lot on circular packaging on 3 pillars. One is to reuse. So we would like to reuse our packaging. We have already some great examples in Belgium, Netherlands, and Germany where we have these returnable pools. So we reuse our bottles. But I think as well there we can do a lot more. Also important to know that, for instance, a one-way bottle has 4 times more emissions than a returnable bottle. So that's a bit on the reuse part. I think on the recycle as well was previously discussed on the upcycle. There are some great examples where we really try to use the barley straw waste that has been used during the harvest in the fields to reintroduce that into our packaging, so in the labels or in the folding cartons. There's also a great initiative this year launched where we launched a Corona crate in Germany, which was actually as well using maritime plastic waste. Abandoned fish nets from the ocean were reintroduced into our crates. So really focusing on upcycling, but also a lot on trying to work with our partners, with our suppliers to see how can we increase the kill percentage in our glass, how can we increase the regrind material into our crates. So that's the second one. So we had reuse and recycle. Now as well we focus on reduce. How can we really reduce the consumption of our packaging? And there we really focus on lightweighting as well, the cans and the bottles. And it's very nice that we have communicated, not via BBC, last year that we will launch the lightest bottle in the world with GTEC, our global R&D partners. And there they would like to reduce the current one-way bottle by 30%, which would reduce as well the CO2 emissions by 17%. So a big step up, which is very difficult as well to achieve, knowing that beer is carbonized, but beer is also pasteurized. So it needs to really withstand some internal pressure to avoid that we have broken bottles on the line. And there as well, we are looking at enablers to work together with our suppliers to see how can we achieve that big of a weight reduction into our bottle portfolio. And therefore we have some enablers. So we have, for instance, the chemistry of the bottle. How can we work with some coatings to really prevent micro cracks, but also how can we prevent that we not have a uniform thickness. We also work with our glass suppliers that they have the correct technology to produce this bottle in huge quantities. And the third enabler is really on our own filling lines. How can we have the state-of-the-art filling lines to avoid hard bottle-to-bottle contact, but also how can we avoid that we have, for instance, issues during the production when we go that big of a lightweighting on our bottles. So I think that's one of the big initiatives that really will drive circular packaging sustainability claims, but also then support the net zero ambition. And that also we can then hopefully give you all and serve you all that beer fully net zero by 2040. Thanks.